Hey, what's up everyone? Paul here from Warriors Tactics. One of my recommendations, everybody, before they take a class, or before they go to the range, if you buy a new firearm, or before you start carrying that firearm, is get to know it. Do some reps, man. Get to know how that thing works, what all the buttons are worked, how to hit the, where the magazine release is. It's different on multiple pistols, where the slide release is, there's a slide catch. What effects happens if there's a magazine, or what happens if there's a magazine inserted, whether or not the bolt locks to the rear or it doesn't. Some magazines it doesn't. Some guns, in order to dry fire it, you need to have a magazine inserted in the pistol. So when you buy a gun, man, get to know that gun. Make sure it's clear, number one. Lock that slide to the rear, check it, make sure it's not loaded, lubricated, of course. But at that point, figure out where that slide release is. Figure out if you can hit that sucker with your thumb. If you can't, think about using your other thumb to hit it. Or slingshotting the slide to release the slide. Also look to see where the magazine release is. Test that magazine release. Sometimes you gotta have gravity. Hit that slide release when the magazine's in. Know that when that magazine is empty and that slide comes back, after you shoot the very last round, it locks to the rear. Well, how do you send that slide forward at that point? You either have to hit that magazine release, or if you just pull that slide back a little bit, it disengages, and then you can basically slingshot that slide forward. So get to know that firearm, everything about that firearm, manipulate it a little bit, hit that magazine release. If I catch that, or that slide release, if I push up a little bit of pressure and I pull that slide back, you'll notice it's gonna catch right there, and then that's one of the ways to lock that slide to the rear. So it's either with an empty magazine or it's with the slide release, it's gonna lock that slide to the rear. But when you clean that thing, work the action, work things, get to know everything. There's an advantage if you have serrations in the front. Do all my work up front. I'll talk about that in another video. But know that when you insert that magazine, it locks to the slide to the rear. Magazine release, use gravity, hit it, slide goes forward on an empty chamber. Always make sure that that slide goes forward on an empty chamber. Anytime you're about to clean it, disassemble it, store it, so on and so on. So hopefully that helped. Guys, continue to train hard. Be safe. See you on the range.